At the end of my first book, Up a Tree with Daddy Wee, I said I would like to write a murder mystery and love story. The murder mystery fell by the wayside, although I love to read them. I don't know enough about how to kill people, and I'm glad I don't. I started writing one Unforgotten summer in 2008, after a visit with my daughter and a friend I call Tomato Sandwich Betty in my memoir. We were having lunch when Betty asked, "When are you going to write your love story?" I answered, "Probably never." She wouldn't let it go and asked, "If you were going to write it, what would it be about?" To everyone's surprise, I opened my mouth and the whole plot of the book came out. Both Nella and Betty stared at me with open eyes. They both said, "You have got to write this book." It took 2 years in the writing and was published in May 2010. The story starts in the summer of 1941 and continues until the mid-60s. The world went through drastic changes during those times. Families had to make sacrifices during the war years and beyond. My novel is a saga of one such family. The relatives lived in both North Carolina and California. Through letters, the relatives kept each other informed of what was happening on their side of the country. As the men went to war, the mothers and wives awaited V-mail from their loved ones and hung blue stars and too often gold stars in their windows. They also planted vegetable gardens, victory gardens, or took jobs in defense plants. Through good times and bad, the families supported and cherished each other no matter what happened in their lives. I believe everyone would be proud to be a part of this family. Now I'd like to read some short pieces from the first chapter so you get a better insight into a few characters. Ruby May, you better stop that daydreaming and get those clothes packed. If you want to go to California, you'll have to get a move on. Mama hollered up the stairs. Ruby could picture her mother pursing her thin lips as she continued to mutter, "I don't know how that girl expects me to do everything." Ruby heard the back door bang shut as Mama headed outside to get the last of the clothes off the line. Mama was right. She had been staring at herself in the mirror. Reflected was a tall, skinny 16-year-old with long, straight hair and a shape like a board. She wondered if she'd ever have a figure or would always be the lanky kid she was that summer. With a sigh, she started packing more clothes into her suitcase, just as Mama bounded up the stairs. As she entered the room, Ruby held up a white blouse and asked, "Should I wear this on the bus, Mama?" "Well, Lord and mercy, Ruby May," she answered. "Haven't you had plenty of time to decide what to wear during the last month? For pity's sake, what have you been doing? Don't tell me. I know. You've been looking in the mirror, looking at yourself and daydreaming. Haven't I seen that look often before?" Now I skip to the part where Daddy comes home. Heavy footsteps stomped across the back porch. The kitchen door opened and Ruby's daddy, Philip Hicks, huge body, darkened the doorway. His entrance seemed to rock the house. Exhausted from his long day at the furniture factory, he plopped into a chair to take off his steel-toed shoes. Mama's attitude always softened when her husband came into the door. Her face lit up like a sunbeam as she ran to him. He seemed to relax as he hugged his wife. "How was your day?" Mama asked. "My day was fine now that I'm back home with my girls," Daddy answered. "How was your day?" "Okay, but it would be a lot easier if Ruby May would do her share," Mama grumbled. Daddy winked at Ruby and she rolled her eyes toward the ceiling. Then she filled a tall glass with ice and poured Daddy a glassful of the sweet sun tea. "The chicken will be ready in a minute, so wash up for supper." During a meal, Mama told Daddy about the dishes she'd fixed for him to eat while they were gone. Ruby always loved to watch her parents as they talked. Sitting in awe, Ruby listened to her parents. Her mama was actually quite